obviously. All right, so we got a failed to retransfer here, and we think we tracked it down. So it was transferring to emergency, but it would not retransfer once normal power was restored. So it's an old Russ Electric. That's TD2 there. It's mechanical time delay relay. So we tracked it down. That's getting satisfied, and what it breaks power to the normal transformer for that steps down and goes to the sync check relay, and basically it's just in-phase transfer. For emergency power comes straight. There's nothing that's breaking the emergency power. So if you look at the load side of each relay, from normal and emergency, they're tied together, and then 32 of normal comes to the sync check relay, step down from 208 to 120, and then 42 comes here, and then NX is bridged. They're reading, so basically if you follow, basically let's say X3, we go through the coil load side of the normal transformer. Since X1 and X is tied together, so start with 32, that's one leg of normal, goes through the coil, comes down, comes back through this coil, and then goes to 42. This is monitoring the voltage, and when they're out of sync, we're going to get high voltage, and when they're in phase, they're going to be low voltage, less of a potential. And there's a window they can kind of judge the phase angle here through the window. So we made sure all those signals are present up to here, and if it's still not syncing, the other thing is the generator is 60 hertz, 61 hertz, and utility is 60, so it should come into phase pretty quick, and you'll see we've already measured it with the meter. We're going to see a sine wave and see what happens. Hopefully it fails to retransfer and it gets stuck going in and out of phase. So we're going to start it up. Yep. There's progress. So that showed that going in and out of phase, and I just bypassed it, but it's pretty neat to capture that on HSCOPE here. So it's definitely a sync check relay. The transformers are working, they're getting the signals. I'm just making sure this bypass doesn't have an auxiliary contact. It looks like ground, 42, 42, NX 32, yeah, it's not like there's another, it's a double pole and there's another contact there. So that's it.